Today is the day where I'm going to be doing my full review on Paco Rabanne 1 Million Golden Oud. If you're interested to find out about this fragrance, I think you're going to want to stay tuned. Keep it locked. Good YouTube, hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikey Cologne, and if you're tuned in, as always, thank you very much for doing so. To all my subscribers, thank you for all your support. All of you mean a hell of a lot to me. I appreciate every single one of you. If you're new here and you enjoy my content, hit that subscribe button. Press the bell because it will notify you when I upload a review. Right. I've given this some very good wearings. I've held off on this review because I wanted to get a very good read on it, and I have. And now I'm ready to talk about it. I'm going to show you the presentation quickly just in case you missed the unboxing, and then I'm going to go straight into it. So this is a 100ml bottle and it is Parfum Intense Concentration. That's what it says anyway. It's just your standard 1 million box, so to speak. And here is your bottle. Right, I've got to face it up because I've got a ring light and it's going to catch that. I'm going to have to hold it like that. But I will put a picture of the bottle up on screen. And you've got the see-through back so you can see the level of the juice. Right, I'm going to spray it and then we're going to get straight into it. I'm not going to waste anybody's time. Great atomizers. They give out loads of juice, these bottles do. Right, you've got bergamot, saffron, nutmeg, black pepper up top. In the mid you got gurgeon balsam, patchouli and sandalwood, and in the base you got leather, oud, cistus and cedarwood. Straight off the bat, this opens warm, spicy. That bergamot, I get a very light snippet of it up top. I mean, it's there, and then after a minute or so it's just way in the back and it's nearly gone. So it just adds a little bit of a fresh blast to a warm opening, if that makes sense. But straight away, it's sweet. After a minute or so, you get this oud that comes in with this leathery touch. So you've got the saffron playing, you've got the nutmeg, they're adding the spice, plus saffron can give off a little bit of a suede, leathery tone as well. But plus you've got the leather note in this fragrance. So it opens warm, sweet, a little spicy, fresh blast from the bergamot. After a minute or so, that is when the oud is noticeable and that is when that leather is detectable. Once it dries down, once you get about 2 to 3 minutes in, that oud does have that Middle Eastern twang to it. It's got a very fine animalic touch. Very, very light. Like, this is nothing daring, but it's not like your designer ouds. It is the Middle Eastern style oud. Not barnyardy, not skanky, not off-putting. It's just got a very light animalic touch to it. It dries down a little bit. Now everything's turned resinous, balsamic. The gurgeon balsam adds this little bit of a piney facet that runs through the back. At this stage, the leather has creeped forward a little bit more. When you get into the mid, on my skin anyway, that is when all the woods are present. I get a little bit of a creamy touch from the sandalwood, from the mid to the dry down, but I also get a powdery touch. Right. On the Paco Rabanne's official website, there was no iris listed. On Fragrantica and on another website, they listed iris. All I can say is that I do get, or this fragrance does go powder as it starts to dry down from mid to base. It goes a bit powdery on my skin, but it also has this creamy texture to it from the sandalwood. But then if it's got iris in it, that could also be coming from iris as well. So in the mid, the woods are the most present on my skin. That animalic twang that this has, and remember, it's very light, That has just calmed down. Now everything's just rich, warm, sweet, oody, and then really that is how it settles. When you get into the base, everything's just calmed down. That creamy facet that I'm getting, that is calmed down. The woods, they always stay present with the oud. The leather has taken a back seat, but the sweetness is still there. This is not your typical, like 1 million, the flankers in the 1 million lineup, that some of them are quite hefty on the sweetness. This isn't. It's a sweet fragrance, but it's not a heavy sweet fragrance. The fragrance has heft to it, but not on the sweet side of things. It's just got a nice balsamic resinous sweetness to the fragrance. The oud adds richness, adds depth, adds a nice structure, like a woodsy, oudy backbone to the fragrance. And that is how it sits. This is where I think everybody's going to be a bit shocked. It's the performance. I'm getting 2 hours of good projection, not beast mode, good projection. By the 8th hour mark, it is a complete skin scent. That is on me. You can detect it on close the next day. Not heavy on close. Obviously, if you overdo the spraying, it's going to last a couple of days on close. But I'm talking about 5 to 7 sprays. 8th hour, it's a skin scent and a faint skin scent. Detectable on close the next day. I think it's a great release. I would put this up there with some of the best releases of this year. Definitely from designer houses. Like, this is a designer oud done in a way that they wanted it to go. They wanted it to have that Middle Eastern, I think it was a Middle Eastern exclusive. And they've set out what they wanted it to do. There's no doubt about that. But I'm going to say it again. The oud here is not off-putting. It has a little bit of a Middle Eastern twang to it, but that is as far as it goes. It's very wearable. There's nothing challenging about this fragrance. This is going to go great on cooler days. It has a little bit of a sexy edge to it because you've got the saffron, the leather, the sweetness, the resins, that oud. To me, it has a little bit of a sexy edge to it. I think this is going to go great on date nights, gatherings, dinners, parties, but I would save this for the cooler weather. If you want to rock it in the summer, that's completely up to you. If you own it, rock it. That is what I say. But for me, this is going to go great for cooler weather, and I cannot wait to wear this more and more. I've enjoyed not just testing it, I've enjoyed wearing it. And every time I spray it on myself, I keep smelling my arm. To me, this is a solid 9 out of 10. That is what I think. Nothing really smells synthetic here. Everything's smooth, rich, of quality. It is a great release. Take this review with a grain of salt, whatever you want to do, but I think it's a very nice fragrance, and hats off to Paco Rabanne for releasing a designer fragrance that smells like this. I think it's paid off. Right, people, let me know if you've tried this fragrance. Let me know what you get from it. Remember, smelling good's always a pleasure and never a chore, and I will definitely see you lot on the next one. Cheers.